Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका सेट फुज गेम लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग में। तो आज हम खेलने वाले मार्था इज डेड। ये एक हॉरर गेम है। चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं। पहले इसमें हम थोड़ी सेटिंग वगैरह देख लेते हैं कि ग्राफिक क्वालिटी कम तो नहीं है। ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं। ये जो गेम है ये हम पीसी पे खेल रहे हैं, ठीक है। स्टोरी ऑफ मार्था, स्विच करेक्टर और वर्क। ये गेम कमजोर दिल वालों के लिए नहीं है, पहले ही बता देते हैं आपको।
Ciao, I'm Julia Kay. I'm glad you are here. Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin. There is so much that I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
1929 की स्टोरी बता रही है भाई।
Nanny, will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow, not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes, I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady, I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, And since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story? Even if it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
I loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her. In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy. So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth, even just for an instant. The lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
तो हमें लेक जाना है, लेक नहीं जाना, मतलब कैमरा चलाना है। ओके।
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film.
फिर नई फिल्म डाल दी।
Put the new film in. Close the camera. Load the film. Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
वो एक डेड बॉडी मिली है
What?
लेक के पास।
That's a person. I must help them. I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
तो अपने डेड बॉडी के पास पहुंच गए हैं।
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared. I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead.
ये मार्था की मतलब बॉडी है
It's not possible.
जो उसकी सिस्टर थी
It's
और
not
इसकी
true.
सिस्टर जो है पता इसकी मम्मी के साथ थी
There's no need to worry.
और इतने सालों बाद इसको मतलब अपनी सिस्टर की डेड बॉडी मिली है।
It's fine. Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm. Martha,
अर्थात 26
February
फरवरी
26,
1923।
1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
ये लोग आए
What
हैं।
are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone. I would have to pretend to be Martha forever.
डेट के एक दिन बाद रात को 10:30 बजे।
O Lord who gives life to the dying, let your sacrifice of love be offered for Martha's soul. Into your hands I also entrust my spirit, so that I may be reunited with her in perpetual light, to never suffer the desolation of purgatory. Please grant her eternal rest, O Lord, and may eternal light shine upon her.
Erich, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Mummy always finds something for everyone to do.
ये फायदा है। देखिए साउंड थोड़ा कम सा लग रहा है। ये क्या चीज है?
A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me. There's no reason to use the phone right now. An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
और लाइटर है ये, अच्छा।
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
Never a moment's peace. Even at a
flower
time
भी चढ़ा
like
रही।
this. She can't sit still for a second. Daddy, Mummy, and my grandparents. It seems almost impossible that Father is a soldier. Mother would have been more suitable if she wasn't a woman. Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is. This painter was a
someone
friend
coming
of
to get these
Grandpa's.
damn flowers.
I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours. When Mummy asks for something, there's no escaping it. These hunting rifles are not Daddy's. He never went hunting. Nanny must have left them here.
है।
July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and is thinking of you during this extremely difficult time. Ernesto E. and family. July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are
लोगों
with
ने
you and
मतलब
we share your grief in the
लेटर भेज
wake
रखे
of
हैं।
the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. Monsignor Attilio D. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your
Do I
sudden
have to do
loss,
everything
and we
as
send
usual?
you our heartfelt
Erich,
condolences.
Get a move on.
The Lieutenant Colonel, Rapporteur. I better go or she'll end up getting seriously angry. I can't turn it off. We have to listen to the radio all of the time. Any news and announcements can be vital. Daddy's canes. They are so beautiful, but I can't say why, but they have always scared me.
साइकिल पे कुछ है.
I don't need that right now.
साइकिल यूज करने के लिए. ये किसकी फोटो है?
The only way people could tell Martha and me
Martha.
apart was by dressing differently. Even Mother couldn't tell us apart.
हमारे कैरेक्टर नाम जूलिया है और वो मतलब सेम वो है, बस नाम चेंज है.
Mummy and Daddy. They are the epitome of wealth and elegance. But pain pays no heed to money and style. Books, books, and more books. In our villa, there must be 10 times more than even here. Everything always has to be perfect with her.
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. È gettata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda.
ये जाएंगे किधर?
Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
फ्लावर चढ़ाओ किधर? ओह, इधर रखने हैं.
What's happening? Who closed the door?
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead.
शायद दोनों दवाई बढ़िया
Someone
है.
killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me? They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died, and it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
मार्था पे जाना है हमें एज लॉस्ट में तब मार्था एज लॉस्ट वाई नहीं है अच्छा एज लॉस्ट और साउल है स्टॉल है अच्छा हाई स्टोर तो मतलब मैंने इसकी आइडेंटिटी क्या करते हो क्या रे यार? माय गॉड, ऐसे क्या कौन करता भाई? ओह, व्हाट? ठीक है चीज है।
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now... Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
A robot camera.
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright.
डरावनी पिक्चर है ये।
Our beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here. Even more scary fairy tales. Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe. This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened. I always keep my trinket box locked.
हमारा बॉक्स लॉक है।
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together. The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me.
इसके डैडी ने मतलब ये बटरफ्लाई कलेक्शन बनाया।
Nanny will be visiting me soon. I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me. It's me with the nanny. Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember. I'm already dressed.
ओके, तो मैं इसमें मार्था और जूलिया किसी के भी कपड़े पहन सकता हूँ। अभी मैंने मार्था के कपड़े पहने हैं।
Everything I need is always in my bag.
कुछ मेरे बैग में मिलेगा। अच्छा जी।
The key to my trinket box.
ओह,
Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Yes,
ए,
Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to
अब
call
हमें क्या
Martha
करना
down
है?
for breakfast.
My dress.
Fine, but I'm not
The
sure
one
we should let
Martha
her
wore
sleep
when
all
she
day.
was...
What do you think? What did you say? Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll
It's
just
about
turn on her
9:30.
light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble. It's July 18th.
2 दिन बाद की हुआ है काफी अच्छा। मार्था के में क्या है? जरा देखें।
This is not the right key. I must get her key if I want to know what's inside her trinket box. Here's the whole family together. A very rare thing indeed.
मार्था के बॉस की की ढूंढनी है अभी, ताकि हम उसकी डायरी पढ़ सके। ये 2 लोग हैं। ये किसकी फोटो है?
How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
इन दोनों बहनों की फोटो है पसंद की।
There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting. Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad. It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room? As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera? Are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will
एक
see
कैमरा
little
पड़ा
to
है,
nothing of them.
रील पड़ी है, न्यूज़पेपर पर
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth. Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th. A kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers, and an unexpected distribution of jam. Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased.
तो हमने न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ लिया, चलो आगे देखते हैं ये क्या है।
Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times.
तो ये चॉकलेट बॉक्स है। ओह,
For Julia, to take more and more photos. Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here. Bread, butter, jam, and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously. There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia? Mummy's family coat of arms. Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore, always hanging cheery things. War, always war, even in paintings.
स्वैग स्टोर भाई। अरे वो
One of Daddy's many
बस मैं
photos.
थोड़ा
Who knows who
देख रहा
these
था।
other people are? These masks, I remember them vividly. I always tried to escape their gaze. Old photographs that father took of this house.
इसमें तो हमारे घर की फोटो है। फिर बात करेंगे कल घर की।
Oggi Bonsi, on the day of Saint Alexis, the battle rages in the
Florence,
city
July
tormented by
15th,
Anglo-American
1944.
bombing.
General
Lenin
Erich
Carmel,
K.
a company of the
As
Falchion
per our
Regiment,
prior agreement, we are
counterattacked
sending you
yesterday,
military encrypted
forcing the French
communication
to retreat
material.
to Piazza
The
del
device must
Mercato.
remain hidden
The
and secret.
situation is currently
Hail.
under control.
Feld Mascarello, Carl H. What the hell? For moments I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. It must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist.
ये उसके चेहरे में कीड़े निकल रहे थे।
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey
हेलो निशाद
cotton
भाई,
fabric.
कैसे हो?
6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944.
ओके,
In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
कैची का क्या
These
करेंगे
could
हम?
be of use to me.
अच्छा, डाल लो बैग में और देखिए।
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking.
मैं भी ठीक हूँ ब्रो।
Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good?
और कुछ
This fabric is not new to me, yet I do not think I have ever seen it in the house. Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
ग्राउलिंग देख रहा कितनी सारी वाइन है? पीएगा? देख रहा है? एक उसमें कितनी है? 1 2 3 4 5 पूरी 10 बोतलें है भाई। 10 बोतलें तो यार पी पी के खुश हो जाएगा तू।
These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
ठीक है।
When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one. Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion.
तो
I'm
ठीक
allowed to
है।
use the darkroom when I want to.
ओह बढ़िया है।
There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
थोड़ी सी ब्राइटनेस बढ़ा देता हूँ ताकि थोड़ा और दिखे साफ। कैमरा से थोड़ी सी कम।
Before I can use the enlarger, I should take a photo. Daddy had this device brought here last week. It's old, but still works. He has always loved everything technological.
फोटो खींचनी पड़ेगी पहले। चलो चलते हैं बाहर फोटो खींचने।
I don't need that right now.
अभी बाहर नहीं जाना तो क्या करना है हमें अभी? नाइनटीन 20 मिनट की फिल्म। इसलिए अभी कैमरा में कितनी डार्क फोटो है। ये भी गेट बंद है। ठंडा क्या इसमें हमें? ये तो मुझे यहाँ जाना है। ट्राई द कैमरा। अच्छा। ये मैंने हाँ यूज के लिए फिर भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा।
My bike. The wheel is deflated as usual. A bicycle pump will solve this.
क्या कर रहा है उसमें? फोटो खींच तो ली। ओह, इधर फोटो ले ली क्या? बस करना है।
Excellent. I've taken the picture. Now it's straight to the
भाई
darkroom
इतना
and the cellar
मतलब
to print
दिमाग
it.
फोटो खींचने में लगवाया। ओह माय।
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget.
रास्ते में कुछ था वहाँ पे ऊपर। थोड़ा सा आगे। वाइट वाइट क्या है ये? मैं क्या करना और एक टॉयल गार्डन डेवलप डेटा को दिख रहे हैं। एक पंप ढूंढना इसके लिए।
तुम्हारे को समझे?
I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
ये कैसा कलर हो गया सबका चमकता हुआ सा। ये सब चीजें चमक क्यों रही है? ठीक है। है?
Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame.
ये साइन कैसे मारी? क्या ग्लिच हो गया ये? तो दोबारा से स्टार्ट या थोड़ी सी देर
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
ओके चलो अब नॉर्मल हुआ फिर से सारा ये है फोकस पूरा
photo is burnt. Sadly, it needs to be thrown away.
ओके, 2 टास्क हमने कर दिए। सेल्फ पोर्ट्रेट भी चाहिए हमें।
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
हमने एक स्माइलिंग फोटो ली है। चलो, ऑब्जेक्टिव अपडेट हो गया है। डेवलप करनी है फोटो को।
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film, a kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly, or they'll think I'm crazy.
ये
Yes,
अब बढ़िया
this
फोटो
is
निकली
me.
है। मजा आ
No
गया।
one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone. I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened. But suddenly, a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
बस सेम रात के 11:30 बजे के बाद। ठीक है। इधर से मैं आया हूँ। अच्छा।
I don't have the courage to use the phone. Not right now.
तो अभी हमें फोन यूज नहीं करना।
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or July 16th, July 18th.
इधर हमारा कोई काम नहीं है। ठीक है।
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Nice. क्या चीज़ है?
Daddy's stuff. War maps. I've heard everything will play out on this new defensive line.
चाबी मिली हमें। यानी और क्या होगी चाबी है।
I shouldn't risk it really, but I love watching them sleep. It's the only time they are
Mother,
together
father,
and
yes,
not
kid.
fighting.
तभी टॉर्च बंद कर दी इसने। जरूरत नहीं है। कैमरा निकालते हैं। दिख ही नहीं रहा मुझे। ऑब्जेक्टिव दिखते हैं, क्या करना है हमें? टेक ए फोटो मार्था। अच्छा, मार्था की फोटो लेनी है हमें। गो टू लेक जाना है। यहाँ पे है। चलो लेट्स गो। स्किल मिली है। ये फ्लैश कैसे लगा कैमरा में? अच्छा, अपने आप क्या मतलब काम करेगा वो? सीरियस में बाप
Dan, it would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
क्या करना है इसमें फोटो डेवलप करनी है हमें चलो चलते हैं रूम में फोटो डेवलप करना
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see.
हे ब्रो गुड भाई कैसे हो भाई
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died. Her face can no longer tell me if what happened was my fault. I should have known that already. All I can do is head to the lake and get those rolls.
फोटो सेव होती है अब क्या करना है ये भी हो गया अब लेक जाना है लेकिन न्यूज़पेपर का बचा है इट माइट होने पेपर ये क्या चीज़ है ओह टॉर्च नाइस इधर रास्ता बंद है इधर से घूम के स्टेयर से यहाँ जाना है ये चलते हैं पेड़ काटने की जरूरत सही जा रहे हैं हम बिल्कुल। आ जाना 3 जगह। अच्छा, हमारा
I
करेक्टर
love the
ज़्यादा
night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can
देर
feel
तक
all
भाग
the
नहीं
harm
पाता।
I've caused. It's
थोड़ा सा
getting
रुकता है फिर
closer
थक
with each
जाता है।
step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
Who's the lady? भाई कौन थी ये? लेफ्ट का नाम है। ओके नहीं यहाँ पे हमें
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
सही चल रहे हैं हम बिल्कुल। कैंडल के लिए जगह है। अच्छा, ज़्यादा ही अंधेरा नहीं है। इधर जाओ।
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily, I still have my lighter with me.
Who is the lady? कौन है जो पीछा कर रही है हमारा? चल चल जल्दी चल।
The cameras are somewhere around here.
ये मेरा कैमरा।
A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it. 2 cameras left. How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
एक हो गया और दूसरे पे जाना है हमें।
One more camera to collect.
हमारे कैरेक्टर की जेब कितनी बड़ी है, मतलब इतने बड़े बड़े कैमरा जेब में डाल दे रही है। आवाज कैसी आ रही है? पीछे कैमरा, अच्छा।
That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
चलो देखते हैं न्यूज़ स्क्रीन कैसी है। ऑब्जेक्टिव है develop the roles of film। अच्छा, find a pump। फिर से घर तक जाना है। यहाँ से रास्ता अंधेरा क्यों हो रहा है इतना? कुछ दिख क्यों नहीं रहा? अंधेरा भाई, बहुत अंधेरा, कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा। बैटरी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी। हाँ बिल्कुल सही है, चलते रहो बस। चलो भागे चलो भागे चलो भागे चलो भागे चलो। क्यों नहीं बोल रहा है? कौन है? उसने मेरा हाथ पकड़ा है। भाग, तेज भाग, तेज भाग। जाए कि रास्ता ही नहीं पता तेरे को। अब उठ गया इसका। ये कौन सी जगह आ गए हम? किस साइड है? आया हूँ ये। What? सिस्टर प्रेग्नेंट थी? ओह, छी, कीड़े वाले बॉडी में। क्या देख ली? मैं बेबी हूँ। पढ़ना क्या है इसमें?
Oh, yet another nightmare.
एक और सपना।
She entered my dreams once more.
ना बुरा सपना।
Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
हैं?
Oh, damn it, what's all this blood? I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual. What's happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
The Woods, 3 days after Martha's death, सुबह के 10:30 बजे।
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
तो पहले ब्लड साफ करना है।
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood. Well, if I think I can go out in this state, maybe I am actually going crazy.
ये चीज तो मैंने सपने में देखी. What?
Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions. Pervitin again.
इसमें
I
हमारे
feel
character
like these
pregnant.
pills do nothing other than agitate her. Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide?
या बिल्कुल सही कहा. हमारा रूम मतलब बंद क्यों कर रखा है? ठीक है चीज है. Cards.
Here are my cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them. She would predict my future and I pretended to predict hers. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise?
ये
There are more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened. This is Mummy's jewellery. She wears them every day, even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
है. पत्ते खिलेंगे इसमें हॉरर गेम में. A world. A lovers. The
The
magician.
end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are. The end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are.
Read.
Following the dramatic news from the countryside, Archbishop Toccarelli will protest with the French in the city.
General
for the
Edict
raping
K.
committed by
New
invading
rules on curfew and women's behaviour.
ordinance for the
German
safety
command of
citizens.
S. Vincenzo
From
Atturi.
this moment on,
Telephone
it
number
is forbidden for anyone
1185.
to leave their homes and walk the
1185.
streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street. or who are found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens.
The
From this
radio needs
moment
to be
on,
kept on
it
at
is
all times
forbidden
these
for
days.
anyone to
It
leave
can
their
save your
homes
life knowing
and
things on
walk
time,
the streets of
especially
San
before they happen.
Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised
Nets
to stay
for
in their
catching
cells,
butterflies,
or,
poor
where these
creatures.
do not exist,
I had so much fun with
churches and
them.
other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street, or who are found looking out of their windows.
किधर जाना है हमें? क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव? Find the key. Change under the address yourself. अच्छा, न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना में 19 तारीख का.
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest.
न्यू ड्रेस पहन देख. ये पहनते हैं डाल.
This dress is only for special occasions.
ओके, तो ये लाइट पहन लो. कैमरा पढ़ना है. Find the pump. तो न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं.
The superior commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot. Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy. Fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Many US losses caused by the flying bomb action. War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by the Soviets after hours of cannonade. The fight on this front has been going on for a long time.
चलो पढ़ लिया हमने आज का न्यूज़पेपर. आज कंप्लीट हुआ हमारा. यस. और बनाना है और फाइंड की ढूंढनी है हमें अपने रूम की. टेप रिकॉर्डर। अच्छा,
I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is awful. Cannot be called singing. Anyway, it's time I develop these film roles. I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time.
okay. तो ये हम सारा सामान बैग में धर के लाया है, जो एक जूलिया मतलब अपने पास रखती है। तीन कैमरा, तीन रोल्स। चलो, rolls of failure and the photos.
These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die. Damn my head and these memory lapses. It's such a pain not remembering. It's like getting lost inside yourself.
फोटो को बढ़ते हैं। चलो देखते क्या दिखेगा हमें।
Here I was running toward the pier, just as I remember.
वही बोट वाली जगह है। दूसरी फोटो। ये फोटो एक हेलमेट वाली फोटो बची है बस। ये कहाँ से आ गई? तो थी नहीं। ऐसी फोटो तो मैंने क्लिक ही नहीं करी।
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
और भी कोई फोटो है? थोड़ी सी बोरिंग हो रही है गेम। ये फोटो कहाँ से आ गई अब? ये सब फोटो तो मैंने खींची ही नहीं।
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
और कोई फोटो और कोई मेमोरी याद आई? देखते हैं। थोड़ा सा ये स्किप करने का देना चाहिए था, मतलब ये मतलब लाइट जलाएगा, पेपर निकालेगा, पेपर लगाएगा। ये भी हो गई है। ये फोटो भी निकाल लेते हैं।
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died. With this lens, I can shoot very close up. Red filter for super high contrast photos. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos. With this lens, everything gets bigger. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image.
क्या करना है हमें? दवाई ड्यूटी फिर से लेक पे जाना है। टी ढूंढनी है, नोट तो मिला ही है। हाँ, फिर से जाओ, फिर से लेक पे चलो। लेट्स गो। आई एम कमिंग। साइकिल से जा सकते हैं हम? नहीं इधर। ज़्यादा देना
This is the center of our farm, but since we moved here, it hasn't worked like it used to. Security matters, Daddy says.
है? ये क्या साउंड था?
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. I have found what I need to take infrared photos.
से ग्लिच हो गया इसमें, मतलब चीजें चमकने लग गई फिर से। कुछ बग्स है क्या इसमें गेम में? कमेंट में। ओके।
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
ये सारे
With
लैंस
this
लगाने पड़ेंगे
lens,
हमें।
I can shoot very close up. Red filter for super high contrast photos. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. Blue filter. Ideal for indoor photos. With this lens, everything gets bigger. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image. A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. I have found what I need to take infrared photos. This is the centre of our farm, but since we moved here, it hasn't worked like it used to. Security matters, Daddy says.
Oh. Hello. Yes, your cow.
I was afraid of animals when I was little. I never approached them alone.
Hey. Heavy cow. Rabbit.
The box is empty. The telegraph would have been installed nearby.
ये रास्ता कहाँ जाता है? कहीं नहीं जाता। अच्छा। है। ये एच क्यों है भाई? ये जगह भी ओपन हुई है। नया नया उसका भी। जी कार्ड्स मैंने
Only one divination per day.
नेट पे जाना बस हमें। हमारे रूम की की मिलेगी कैसे? जंगल कितना बढ़िया लग रहा है देखने में। ठीक है। किसने फायर करा?
Los geht's! Hier lang! Hier drüben! Oh, hey! Vorwärts! Hier! Sie sind da lang! Verdammt! Los, laufen!
जो बोट चल रही थी
What
वो
is
मतलब
going
हमारे
on
घर के
here?
क्लोज तक आ गई है।
What are the soldiers doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
in the woods। तो यहाँ जाके देखना पड़ेगा। चलते हैं।
Verdammt!
यहाँ से सीधा इधर। लगता मार दे किसी को। हैं?
Oh God, please no. Lapo, my dear friend. What have they done to you?
हाथ पैर मतलब सब गोली छोड़ा दिए।
Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you.
मिला लेटर उठाओ जल्दी से।
Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone and I cannot reconcile myself.
गोली मार दी किसी ने। What?
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot! Scheiße, scheiße, scheiße! Was machen wir jetzt? Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden. Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch. Scheiße, lass uns abhauen. Aber sie lebt noch. Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
होगा हमारे कैरेक्टर तो गोली पड़ गई।
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream. one whose meaning I did not understand at the time.
Martha, I give you back your destiny. नहीं है क्या? Appearance.
I give you back I give you back
तो ऐसे मरी थी मार्था? अच्छा, my god.
I give you back 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 your appearance.
Now I see with my dreams. आइस से करना अच्छा.
Now I see with my eyes. Now I see. Now I see. Now I see.
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with me, I demanded. But they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't have time for it. The war was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting. Can we follow you together? No, impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too? Nothing is certain in wartime. What if the wrong person went with you? Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death, so I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed the wrong girl to follow me. In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damn smart, and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong. I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
ज़्यादा लोडिंग है इसमें में।
Damn, this hurts so bad. I can hardly breathe.
ये सामान फिर से चमकने लगा, मतलब क्या है ये, मतलब है क्या ये चीज़? बताएगा कोई? देखो सामान फिर से चमकने लगता है।
Damn, this hurts so bad.
सामान चमक रहा है मेरे ख्याल से। हाँ।
I can hardly breathe. No, my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter.
ना बैग है ना डायरी है।
How is she? How is my daughter? Please, doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right. The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died. But thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods. Otherwise...
Otherwise, she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this. It's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Eric. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, Doctor, for everything. Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery?
The
funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral, Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman who has suffered so much. Maybe too much.
ये चीज़ ठीक करनी है भाई, मतलब ये क्या है, क्या बक्स है ये? टीएलएस काम नहीं कर रहा ढंग से।
No, 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 my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter.
कल ही ये गेम कंटिन्यू करनी पड़ेगी।
How is she?
कुछ बग्स हो गया मेरे ख्याल से इस गेम में थोड़ा।
How is my daughter?
ये आइटम चमक रही है।
Please, doctor.
ग्राफिक काम नहीं कर रहे हैं मुझसे।
Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric.
ओके दोस्तों, कल मिलते हैं। कल यहीं से स्टोरी कंटिन्यू करेंगे, ठीक है। नहीं पता चल रहा कि मतलब हुआ क्या है। सारी चीज मतलब चमक रही है, पहले वाला जो ग्राफिक है वो नहीं आ रही है। ओके, तो कल मिलते हैं।
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain.